Welcome to Cat Recaps, where I help you catch up on the latest episodes of Skeem Saam. 26th September, Tabo says, I insisted he sleep here while Cat is passed out on the couch. Mapsy asks, but what did he actually tell you last night? And Pitsy adds, you were kind of vague. Tabo says he'll fetch Cat's stuff, and Pitsy walks out. Mapsy stays behind as Cat wakes up. Cat says, I just passed out. Tabo greets him. Hey, Cat. Cat says, I have to go. Mapsy insists, no, stay for breakfast. Cat refuses. No, I'm fine. Mapsy apologizes for the trouble, and both she and Tabo check if Cat's really okay. Cat reassures them, I'm alright, Mappy. Thanks for letting me crash here. Mapsy says, now my eyes are open. Cat says goodbye and leaves. After he's gone, Tabo admits, I'm scared he might do something reckless. Mapsy pushes, but what did he tell you? Just as Pitsy comes back. Meanwhile, in another kitchen, Mita is having a tense talk with Paxton's dad. He notices she seems weighed down, and she immediately brings up Sheay, Paxton's new friend. I don't trust her. I just don't like her, Mita says. She explains Sheay showed up out of nowhere, spends all her time with Pax, and she's noticed Pax slipping back into old habits. Arrogance, stubbornness. Paxton's dad thought they'd moved past that, but Mita says he's blind to a young man just trying to take control of his life. She suggests letting Pax live a little since Sheay makes him happy, but the conversation is cut short by a phone call. At Lehasa's house, things heat up with Clement, but first we see Mantuli in the kitchen with Kwaito. She asks if Uncle Sifiso has updated him about Bheki, and Kwaito confirms Bheki's been admitted to the ER. Mantuli's upset that Kwaito is too tied up with work to help her understand a letter about new computer systems at the university. She feels like a burden. After Kwaito leaves, Clement walks in and Mantuli asks him to read the letter. It just says she has to attend mandatory computer training. That moment is broken when Mantuli gets a message. Uncle Bheki is being moved to ICU. Clement is stunned, repeating, what? As Mantuli breaks the news. Tension spikes elsewhere when Cat storms into the mayor's office. Mr. Mayor, you said it's urgent. Hey, gentlemen, excuse us, he says, cutting through a meeting. He tells the men confidently, we're going to deliver it. But Bra Boyke's associate looks doubtful. After a quick phone call, security is called in to remove Cat. You again? Are you high? One of them asks. Cat snaps back. If you dare touch me, you'll answer to my father, Sergeant Peterson. He decides to leave himself, but mutters threats as he exits. Bra Boyke's associate warns, next time you'll be arrested, maybe by Peterson himself. Later, in a softer scene, Lehasa greets Pretty in the kitchen with, good morning, Pretty. She pours him coffee and he brings up her surname after marriage. Pretty tries to brush it off, but Lehasa points out she raised the issue. She apologizes for hurting him, saying she didn't mean it. Lehasa explains he'd never pressure her to change her name if it risked her career. They agree to decide together. Pretty admits she loved the sound of Mrs. Maposa since the day he proposed, and they share an I love you. At the university library, Paxton and his friends are messing around. From his wheelchair, Pax teases Letetsui about a date and calls him and his cousin gossips. Two girls interrupt, accusing them of talking about them. After a short back and forth, the girls leave and the group laughs it off. Pax tries to steer the chat back to the alleged date. Back in the corporate world, Bra Boyke's associate waits in a meeting room until Boyke himself enters. The associate mentions shifting focus from Peterson to the other person and suggests setting up a meeting. Boyke agrees with, that's the leadership, but then suddenly storms out, slamming the door. Over at a cafe, Peterson talks with a bartender about loyalty before Francois arrives. They're both worried about a friend. Francois reveals he got a voice note saying, if anything bad happens to me, please go to my dad. Meanwhile, Nkosi tells Kwesi about a weekend booking and even a helicopter trip he's arranged for her daughter LJ. She's touched, but since LJ is with her dad, they postpone. Then the conversation darkens. Nkosi says, I went to see Peterson. and admits he wanted to close the lid on the investigation. He asks Queasy how far she's willing to go to keep it shut. Far, she replies firmly, and Kosi nods. Good. Pressure mounts for Cat when he gets a frantic call from his father. His dad warns, I looked into Ramasambule. He's bad news. If that recording is real, you're in deep. Cat insists he was just baiting Ramasambule, but his dad warns he could get implicated too. He begs Cat not to hand the recording to anyone before consulting a lawyer. Cat argues that the mayor is waiting for it, but his dad insists he pack a bag and lie low. On a lighter note, Pax and Sheay talk about their friendship. Pax feels like a charity case since Sheay fetches him daily, but she laughs, saying she just enjoys hanging out. When Pax asks her to define what they are, she tells him to relax. They're just friends. Their chat is cut short when Pax's dad and Mita arrive. After they leave, Pax's dad orders him to apologize to a girl, but Pax flat out refuses, leading to a tense standoff. Later, Bheki runs a meeting about caterer scoring. When someone asks if they should wait for latecomers, Bheki says no. An associate brings up a young caterer who was the favorite but didn't deliver. Bheki shuts it down, saying they need someone reliable, and ends the meeting. The emotional peak comes when Mantuli gets another heartbreaking call from her brother. I've been worried sick since your message at lunch, she says. He explains Bheki's condition is critical, with brain bleeding, and he might not survive the weekend. No, what are you telling me? Mantuli cries. Kwaito rushes in, sees her pain, and takes charge. Okay, go pack a bag. I'll do the same. We'll drive to Joburg, he says, adding that Clement will meet them at the station so they can all go say goodbye. The episode ends in a restaurant where Cat is confronted by Bheki's associate and two others. You bring me serious allegations and then disappear? The associate says. Cat explains his father's fears, but the associate demands to hear the recording. After listening, the associate details shady money transfers, 250,000 rand and 100,000 rand. Cat sees this as the missing puzzle piece. This is what I needed to start an investigation, he declares. He praises the associate's courage and vows. Ramasimo and his cronies are going down. I won't let that crook become mayor of the people. They all nod, united as a storm brews ahead. That's all for today. Make sure to subscribe and I'll catch you in the next video.